Okay, it's working. Okay, this is part 2 to the last video I was telling you about with the Ka body, the melanin, things like that, and the god Sebek, the crocodile-headed deity, ancient Kemetic god. Now, in this book, chapter 10, okay, Egyptian Divinities by Mustafa Gadala. There's many books. I can use many books, you know. I'm just using this because it's right here. Sebek represents the end of the earthly voyage. Okay, now remember the number 7. Also remember when I told you about David Bowie. David Bowie's last album, Black Star, right? Had 7 songs on the album. 7 songs. And he died, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning or the transitioning of one year to the next. He died in the early month of January. Okay, but that's on another subject. So he represents the end of the earthly voyage, death. This is necessary in order to achieve resurrection and eternal life. Think about that, and think about what I said in the Hermetic Code, how this consciousness is working. This I don't know, higher consciousness, Christ consciousness, whatever, is working on levels that are going in tones, in vibrational tones of the universe. And we know that there's 7 tones in music, and we know that there's predominantly 7 chakras within this or surrounding and within this body, creating vortexes and things like that. You need to have them vertical instead of having them horizontal, and you know, because you suck in other people's energy and things like that, and it can mess up your whole chakra system, right? So that's what we're dealing with, and then that's what we was dealing with when I was showing you about my man with the Y scepter right here, and he has it plugged in down here at the bottom, represents the power. It's rising up, you know what I mean, from the abyss. Hence, it would be on Earth. It would be on the Earth, or it would be utilized to go down into the Earth. As in, there's a book called the Ankh. I have the book up here, man. The Ankh and the electromagnetic situation going on with that. It's a book. You know, if you really want to know what that book is, I'll show you. But right now, I'm just talking about this. But Sebek represents that transitional stage, right? And also, there is a source from E. Wallace Budge who states that during one ritual, they utilize the 7 oils. The 7 oils, right? And we know that the crocodile has a oily residue. It all connects. And also the crocodile skin was used to create the word Ham. Ham also meant God. It not only meant black, it meant God. Now, in human terms, Sebek represents the end of the day, right? Think about the day, 7 days, right? The end of the day, the end of the allotted time. Sebek, okay, that's dealing with Chronos, Saturn. Sebek also represents losing consciousness, sleeping, in order to regenerate, right? Now, like I said, he represent consciousness. He represent that Saturn aspect when it comes to time and Chronos, right? So if that's the case, then how can you take Sebek, who is basically an aspect of Sut, bring him down to an evil aspect of Set Typhon, and then, you know, he's forever known to be Set instead of to be the primordial black god Sut, or known as Mel. It was an ancient black god in Kemet, in Maya, known as Mel. Let's see if I can find Mel. Right here, Mel. Devotion to Mal, Mayan. Doctrines. Mal, M-A-L, is a South Indian deity who is also known as Terumal, Mayan, Perumal, Mayayan, and other names. These names mean a person of black complexion and are an exact translation into Tamil of the Sanskrit Krishna. Okay? Let you know that Krishna meant black. Now, Mal combines attributes of the Krishna of the Bhagavad Gita and the earlier Puranas with attributes of Vishnu and Narayana. And I'm going to tell you, and Vishnu, I think, rests on the belly of Seshet, who is an ancient primordial Naga deity, like Narayana. And that goes back to the book I showed you with this. The Naga magic, right? Dealing with the wisdom of the serpent lords, right? It ain't got nothing to do with no crazy shit outside of yourself. This is all dealing with the energies of what you are and who you are. You know what I'm saying? Mal manifested on Earth in 3 modes. First, there are his mythical exploits, many being known from stories of the avatars, the incarnation of Vishnu, especially the amorous Krishna, letting you know that in Hindu, Vishnu is God. Right? Lined up with Brahma, and then beyond that, Parab Brahma, right? So, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. Especially the Amaros Krishna. Second, Mal has his own incarnations, which are in the statues of many temples in South India. And now we got to understand also as well, that's where the Nagas were in the ancient land of India. Okay, and when we do our studies, we know about Indus Kush and ancient Ethiopia. These were black people that were living in this area in that time. You see what I'm saying? That had all this, they were the ones who had this. They were fighting each other. They were doing all this. You know, somebody might not believed in that, so they left and went on. You know, they did the Akhenaten thing. It all happened. It all began with us. You see what I'm saying? With our ancestors, man. I mean, come on. The Alvars, the religious poets who worshipped Mal, name some 95 temples with statues having the incarnation of Mal. Third, Mal manifests within the hearts of his devotees. Within the heart of his devotees, where I think they call the ancient goddess Aditi. Aditi is a feminine goddess who is within the heart. That represents a male aspect or feminine aspect of Mal, the ancient god Mal. I can go on and on. You see what I'm saying? This is the problem with having these 10-minute video clips, you know what I mean? And he goes on and on dealing with Mal, yo. Mal is the same as Mel. Mel is Mal, Mal is Mel, Mel is the black god. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the most ancient black gods, other than the black god Asar or Osiris, was Sut. Okay? I'm gonna read something to you before we go. This is from part 2. This is a book by Gerald Massey called The Natural Genesis, Volume 1. This is on page 47. All who have ever suffered mentally from the misrepresentation of ancient myths in the name of theology and felt its brand of degradation in the very soul ought to sympathize with the treatment of the ass. Talking about the animal, the ass. For it is a fellow victim, Jesus riding on the ass, who has likewise undergone unmerited punishment and has its fall and still awaits its redemption. The ass was once in glory, sacred to Sut and a type of the Hebrew deity. But Sut was transformed into Satan. You got what I'm saying? Now, what I can show you is this fact, that there are people undercover in the new age people and in the people who presenting their shit out here. They're going on the radio stations, you know, Satan this, Satan that, Satan coming back with the fucking UFOs and all this shit gonna be a fake Jesus and the Antichrist and stuff. It's just all crazy bullshit. Now I'm gonna tell you right now. But what I really am trying to tell you is that, number one, we dealing with the Hebrews who had an ancient black deity, right? The ancient black deity, which is really Abraham. And we know that Ham is derived from Ham and it means black. The Ab in ancient Kemet meant the heart, A-B. Backwards, B-A, it meant the soul, right? Heart and soul. That's what people say nowadays, right? So, you know, Sut was turned into Satan, and the ass who carried the Messiah in the mysteries, having borne him for the last time, was degraded in the cell with stripes, kicks, and curses. You got to understand what's going on, right? So, something happened in the past that transformed the ancient black god to the devil. One man's god is another man's devil. That's an ancient axiom, is it not? And we living in this day where they portraying the Christ figure, who is not a real person. It's a energy of the Christ consciousness returning back into the age of Aquarius, showing you a man who looks like Caesar Borgia, and telling you that's Jesus and he's going to be the one that's coming back on the cloud. That's sound like UFO shit. You know what I mean? My time is running out, but I'm letting you know right now that Mel is the same god as Sut and Osiris. Peace.